Hello, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all you beautiful, wonderful people in between, and welcome back to the 4-digit Taiko World Cup. I am Bronze Crank, and we have an amazing match for you here today. Canada B versus Russian Federation B. Canada B is the 9th seed, Russian Federation B is the 24th seed. But despite that difference in seeding, I think we could still see a pretty exciting match here today. You can see the players up on screen right now. Neo Axel, Coconut Human, Flakier, Dimples Are Me, and Dow in for Canada B. Russian Federation B with Alo Rus, Marta Pushkova, Flexo, Irida, and not going to try that. And one thing to note is Canada B did pull a funny this year when it came to their signups. Canada B is actually Canada's A team. That is their 5 best players. Canada's A team, unfortunately, did not qualify. So, you know, sometimes you gotta get into the heads of your opponents, and I think that's what Canada B is really trying to do here. Looks like we already have all the players in the lobby here, so might just get right into warm-ups if I am not mistaken. I do see that the mapper is Alo Rus, so this is most likely Russia's warm-up. And I'm very excited to see what Russia has in store for us here. The DJ Race map, so it's gonna be a banger. Little technical difficulties with the lobby, but looks like we still have enough players in here, probably just waiting for the last few to filter in before everything gets going. Yeah, little technical difficulties showing the actual chat from the lobby, so either that will get cleared up or we will have to play it by ear. And in the meantime, we're just gonna listen to the banger. So like, it can only be so bad, you know. Probably worth noting, this warm-up is significantly more difficult than the map pool, I'd say. So maybe trying to show off the skill cap a little bit here for Russian Federation B. Trying to wear out their opponents before the match. You know, lots of strategies that can go into warm-ups, or you know, the strategy of this song is really good and I want to map a funny map to it that gets played before the match. Ooh, Alo Rus now in the lobby, on the wrong team right now, but that'll get fixed soon enough. There we go. Looks like we're seeing players shuffling around here. Neo Axel and Flakier moving into the Canada B slots. Alo Rus and Coconut Human moving into Russia's B slots. Oh. Where'd they go? Nah, they'll get back here soon enough. I trust them. I'm a very trustworthy person. Maybe that's a downfall. Oh, nope, no it isn't. Alo Rus is back. I don't know where. There's Irida. Restarting the flying here, seeing if we can get the lobby chat back up so we can get picks and bans on screen for y'all. Yeah, quick look at the bracket there too, in case you want to peek ahead, see who the winner of this match may face. It looks like the lobby chat is still going to be annoying. Unfortunate. I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. Oh, never mind. We got it. Hello, every player in the lobby. How are y'all doing? I don't think they can hear me. I don't know if they're watching stream or not. If any of the players are watching stream, say hi in the lobby. It's gonna be really sad and embarrassing if none of them say hi. I'll cry on stream, actually. And we are into the warm-up. So like I said earlier, this is map by Alarus, so I am assuming it is Russia B's warm-up. DJ Race, Ton 578, Inner Oni difficulty, OD7, HP 5, star rating 6.64. I'm reading up a bunch of stats that you can see on the bottom of your screen there. It's fine. And we'll see how these teams deal with it. Looks like it's 289 BPM, just pretty flat out, just a speed map here. And all four players definitely having a little bit of trouble with this. Like I said, this is far beyond the bounds of what you're going to see in this round of the tourney. A good whole star plus a bit more above even our tiebreaker this week. You know, all four players still trying to hold their own here. Alarus and Irida definitely showing off some of that speed skill though. Wondered to see how much that'll show up in match. Alarus especially is holding a pretty good combo there, but Irida with good accuracy as well. Warm-up may not matter for much in match, but this is a pretty nice showing by Russia B on this pretty difficult speed map here. Now, of course, this is much more speed than is in the map pool right now. This 289 BPM, I believe. Nomad 3 is like 232, and DT2 is like 240, but either way, very nice plays here from Alarus and Irida. Canada B having a bit of a tougher go at it. I don't know, on some level, if you can't really play this level of speed, maybe you do just like give up halfway through the map, try to save your stamina. But Russia B taking their own warm-up there, which is, I mean, I'd say it's about to be expected. After all, they're the ones who've probably seen the map before, Alarus especially, and Canada B is probably looking at this for the first time thinking, what is this? I don't remember this in practice. But the warm-up is done and dusted now. Hello, someone said good morning stream. Okay, I will no longer cry. Thank you. So I believe... Oh, we do have a warm-up from Canada. Oh, Canada, Fast Flame Trap Remix. Difficulty O Tabernacle 1.35x. I'm worried. Canada B has cooked us up something dastardly today. Coconut Human being the mapper. But it doesn't look like Coconut Human's in either the first two slots here, so we don't get to see how they perform on their own map. Performed by the Nylons. I don't know who the Nylons are, but they're kind of going off. Let's be real here. Once again, another warm-up far above this pool's star rating, 6.46 stars. 182.8 BPM, though I have a feeling it sounds like we're not hearing all 1/4 in the song there. So we might be seeing another pick testing a bit of the speed cap of these players. OD6 this time, though, so a little more lenient on that accuracy. Oh, we do see Coconut Human. All right, we will be able to see them tackle their own map here. I think Oh Canada's a pretty good national anthem. Okay, there we go. I don't have to stall anymore. We are getting right into Canada B's warm-up. Looks like we have some mods on as well. If I am not mistaken, that is hidden on, or that is easy hidden on for Flakier and Hard Rock on for Coconut Human. So definitely a bit of a show of dominance here. Alarus just coming in here, no mod, and Irida stream has broken. We're definitely seeing a bit of an advantage here for Coconut Human being the mapper, playing this on Hard Rock. Looks like not too much of a problem for them. Yeah, and like I predicted, lots of funny snappings in here, lots of 1-6, lots of very tight doubles to hit. But I mean, this should be nothing for the Canadian players. They've heard this song all their life. Presumably this exact remix. I'm assuming this is state sanctioned. Yeah, and I don't know what happened to Arita's stream there, but Coconut Human with a very nice score on their own warm-up. 4 miss on that with Hard Rock definitely did look like a challenge. Possibly showing a little bit of Hard Rock proficiency here to the Russians. Signaling to them maybe they want to stay away from those picks, but we'll have to see. As both warm-ups are now over, so we should be getting right into rolls, as long as both teams are ready. The Russians have rolled 56. Canada has rolled 43. Oh, no, that is not Canada's captain. That was correct. Do we have Canada B's rolls? Oh, did I not see Neo Axel's roll? Okay, Neo Axel probably rolled like at the start of the lobby or something. Neo Axel rolling 47, so looks like the Russians have won the rolls. We'll see what they want to do about that. Backfire, please. Backfire. No. First ban being Russia, second ban being Canada. No, okay, it looks like... Yeah, Russia gets to pick if they want to do first pick or first ban here. I'm glad both me and Backfire had to look that up. Russia is picking to ban second, which means they'll get to pick first. All right. So Canada gets first crack at a ban here. We'll see what they go with. So going off of their performance in qualifiers, Canada looked pretty dominant over Russia's scores overall. The biggest drop was Nomad 2 for Canada. Russia actually won that one by a pretty significant margin. But it looks like Canada's actually going to be banning out DT1. I think that's an interesting ban. It's not, I don't think that's totally bad. Russia definitely looked like they showed some signs of life on DT1 in qualifiers. And DT1's definitely a map I can see someone feeling uncomfortable with, especially at these lower rounds of a tourney like this, where it's going to be really accuracy-based. Russia banning out Hidden 2, that's pretty much to be expected. Canada actually had the third highest score in qualifiers on Hidden 2. So definitely a team you really don't want to be facing on Hidden. Russia taking out the hardest of the Hidden picks. And yeah, pretty much pretty good bans from both teams. Though, notably, Nomad 2 is still open for Russia if they think they're as good at tech as they were back during qualifiers, or if Canada B feels a lot more comfortable on this map. But Russia's actually going to go with Nomad 5 first, so this is a map that was not represented in qualifiers, really. This is going to be the swing pick, Rainbow Magic by AR Forest. This map says 230 BPM, but it really isn't. It's really, can I do the calculations in my head real quick? It's like 160, 170 BPM swing. It's pretty slow as far as swing maps go, but we are pretty early on in the tournament. only OD6, so not too stressful when it comes to getting good accuracy on these swung rhythms that the players might be less used to here. You're seeing the players move to their slots right away. Neo, Axel, and Dao in for Canada B. O0Q0, O0Q0, and Irita in for Russia B. Yeah, so this map, its swing, it depends mainly on you just hitting a bunch of 1/3 rhythms. Very notably, also has a long slider at the end that is long enough that it gives you a significant amount of points, especially considering that both these teams might be getting very close scores when it comes to accuracy. So we'll have to see how both teams handle that. Could come down just to the RNG of hitting that slider at the end. Or we could see a bit of a separation early on if one of these teams feels less comfortable with swing than the other. But first pick of the match has begun. And you can see his swing patterns coming out right away here. Also a few finishers coming in on those swing patterns as well. That could prove a little tricky. Especially if you aren't as comfortable with swing or at this BPM. You might not actually hit the finisher correctly, which gives you half the points than if you did hit the finisher correctly. So in a round like this where accuracy really matters, those tiny point differentials will make a difference in terms of comfort. Right now we're seeing Canada B with a slight lead early on here. All 4 players with pretty good accuracies. Irita, the only one below 99.5, but still at 99.38 and climbing. It's not bad, and it's only about a 10k point lead for Canada, about halfway through the map. And plenty of patterns to go. This map is pretty consistently difficult. Going to be up to all 4 of these players really to hold their mental, and Dao actually going to find a break there. That's going to give the lead over to Russia, about 10,000 point lead. Dao not only breaking there, but dropping below 99 accuracy. Irita going to be trading it though. It's going to move back over to Canada B. Zero and Neo Axel still holding strong. Neo Axel with ridiculous accuracy right now, by the way. Dropping a 100 as I say that. Neo Axel actually going to be dropping a miss. Accuracy not falling that hard though, so the lead's still over at Canada B, and we're hitting close to the end of the map. There's not going to be a lot of time for Russia to bring it over. But like I said, there is that long slider at the end of the map. The score lead is inching closer and closer. 6k now. The slider is here, and it's really an accuracy test. And we see Canada B actually gaining 5,000 points of lead on the slider. They're going to win this pick by 11k here. Despite Zero's being the only FC in the lobby, it's just not enough to beat that ridiculous 2x100 score from Neo Axel. And Canada B is going to break Russia's first pick and go up 1-0. We're going to have to see what Canada B wants to do from here. That's definitely a strong start for them, and definitely not the start you want to see if you're Russia B. But plenty of map pool left. Canada B really does have their pick of the litter here. They could go Hidden 1, seeing that Russia banned out Hidden 2. Obviously, Russia's scared of how well they can do on Hidden, so Hidden 1's definitely not a bad pick here. Or Hard Rock 1, as it looks like Canada's going for here, so might as well not try to predict them. They definitely won Hard Rock 1 pretty handily back in qualifiers. 86k of score difference between the two teams. It's definitely less of a tricky Hard Rock 1 than we saw in qualifiers. Qualifiers Hard Rock 1 was a kind of awkward burst/stream map. This is a pretty straightforward test of 4-star rhythm, I guess you could say. It's also OD 9.1 still, so same as the OD from qualifiers. Definitely going to test you at your higher levels of OD for this star rating. Also a little bit of a reading check if you really aren't used to Hard Rock. I think it speeds up towards the end. Let's see how these 4 players can handle that. This is likely a pretty solid pick for Canada B, but After all, it's an earlier round of the tournament. Definitely easier maps than we saw in qualifiers. Russia B could surprise us. They aren't out of this match by any means yet. Seeing MP Start 10 come out, and we are getting into our second map of the match, I believe. Momentarily, if I can count 10 seconds in my head correctly. There it is. Neo, Axel, and Flakier in for Canada B. Zero Q and Arita in for Russia B. And we'll see if Canada B can consolidate that first pick breakpoint. Get everyone synced up here. This intro, nothing special yet. Make sure everyone at least can try to stay stable on OD 9.1 here. And we do see Canada B taking a little bit of a lead right away. It looks like they definitely are a bit more comfortable on this OD, and Zero Q actually going to be finding a break right away. Got to be traded by Neo Axel, though. Flakier still holding very high accuracy, we'll say. Arita still holding the FC as well. And Canada B off to a pretty monumental lead already, above 35,000 points. Zero Q down around 95 accuracy definitely does not look comfortable on this pick, and that's going to hurt Russia B here as we get into this first section of, I wouldn't call it super awkward rhythms, but definitely, you know, some longer bursts as well with some even note bursts mixed in. Flakier dropping the SS, still holding really high accuracy, as is Neo Axel despite that miss. And heading into this halfway point here, a little bit of a break for these teams. Canada B up by 70,000 points. Russia B is going to need something big to happen if they want to bring it back. Flakier missing is the start of that, as well as dropping a decent amount of accuracy, but still above 99 AC when Arita is only at 99.4. It's not going to be enough quite yet. Lead going to bring down below 60k for just a second there, but as the hard parts start back up, the lead starts to grow once more. Russia's going to need to see a collapse from Canada here. Canada looks so strong and so consistent on this hit window here. And I don't know if there's anything left in the map that can really phase Canada B out of this double 99 accuracy performance that they're giving us here today. Arita, still the only FC left in the lobby, but it's really just not enough. The lead is above 100k at this point. Flakier dropping below 99 accuracy there for a short spell, but nothing the rest of the map can't fix. Both Neo Axel and Flakier pulling up above 1,000,000 points. Arita breaking right at the end. That is very unfortunate. Not even the silver lining staying here for Russia B, as that breakpoint is consolidated and Canada B goes up 2-0. Yeah, one misses for both Neo Axel and Flakier, but great accuracies and 3x100 for Neo Axel. Neo Axel putting up great performances here today. Zero Q and Arita also with one misses, so I guess, I don't know. I don't even think anyone missed in the same place. Everyone has different max combos. Just this map being just a little bit too tricky to FC for all four of these players. Just a little bit of inconsistency, maybe even match nerves pulling up here. And we are seeing Russia go towards the No Mod 2 now. So, like I said earlier, this is the map in qualifiers that Russia was actually able to take over Canada B, was the No Mod Tech pick. And they took it by a pretty significant margin as well. So it could have been that the qualifiers No Mod 2 maybe was especially favored towards Russia's players. They felt especially comfortable on it. Maybe Canada B's players felt especially uncomfortable on it. Or maybe Russia just has the sauce when it comes to tech. And that's what we're going to have to find out here. This definitely is somewhat of a tricky map for this pool. It's 3 minutes long, so the consistency is really there. You really do have to, you know, you have to hold for a pretty long amount of time here. And there are a significant amount of 1-6 and 1-6 that aren't exactly placed in the easiest patterns either. So definitely something where if a team is more comfortable on tech, more comfortable on 1-6, then they will see a point advantage for themselves. This is also a custom map, or at least a custom edit of a map for 4-Digit Taiko World Cup, as you can see by the diff name. I believe this is an edit of like a 6-star map brought down to be right around the right level for this pool. Seeing all the players readying up here. Looks like Dow's coming back in for Canada B, so it's going to be NeoAxel staying in, Dow coming in, and ZeroQ and Arita staying in for Russia B. Dynamic duo so far for this team. Lost 2 points in a row, but we'll see if they can bring it back here. It's not over until it's over. And that's kind of the mindset you have to have when you go down 2-0. ZeroQ, looks like we're waiting on ZeroQ to ready up here. This song's kind of a banger, by the way. You know, we can just sit here, listen to what the poolers had us listen to for all of last week. Yeah. So, like the rest of the Nomad pool, this map is still OD6. So, despite the fact that it is kind of a consistency tech map, 3 minutes long, the OD's not super high. Oh, it looks like ZeroQ had some internet issues. Okay. Looks like they might have reconnected. I see them in the lobby chat. Yeah, and okay, looks like they have readied up, and MP Start 10 is out, so we will be getting into the third map of the match here. Canada B up 2-0, Russia B on their own pick, ready to strike back. This is likely their best chance to strike back here, so we'll see what kind of a performance they can put up. Because outside of this, outside of the Hard Rock 1 and the Nomad 5, I don't know if there's that many techie picks left. Especially considering DT1 was banned out by Canada B. This map 166 BPM, so definitely not super fast either. Places us 1.6 right around 250 BPM. We see a bit of an accuracy lead actually for Canada right away in the intro, but NeoAxel going to be dropping a bit on one of those bursts pretty early on, so it's not the worst place to miss, but definitely possibly a show of some inconsistency here. Maybe just, I don't know, their nose itched or something. But either way, it's going to mean Canada B's lead isn't as big as it could have been. Still up by over 10,000 points here, though, just off the back of their accuracies once again. Russia's going to have to hope to see some more misses from Canada B as this map ramps up here. Dow and NeoAxel both above 99.5 here. We're seeing some of the first 1.6 come out, see how these players can tackle them. Looks like both teams are handling them pretty well. The accuracy lead continues to grow for Canada, though. So despite the fact that Russia is able to... Oh! NeoAxel finding a miss! Was that on the long mono, or is that right after? I wasn't looking over at NeoAxel's stream there, but Arita is going to trade it, though, so the benefits for Russia B are going to be minimal. ZeroQ and Dow still holding the FC here, but Dow with about a 3% accuracy lead over ZeroQ. And we head into this long 1/3 section here. Both teams handling it pretty well, though. Into these doubles. And once again, both teams seem to be handling the tech sections of this map pretty well. It's just this massive accuracy lead that Canada B is accruing. 996 accuracy for Dow, 9927 for NeoAxel. Arita and ZeroQ, Arita's at high 97, ZeroQ's at high 96, but that's just not enough. They need to see some kind of a big breakdown on one of these sections from Canada. They still have about a quarter of the map to go, but Canada really doesn't look like they've been into big breakdowns this match at all. They've been holding strong. ZeroQ actually going to be fighting a miss there. and no FCs remaining for Russia B. Dow's still holding strong for Canada. It's looking like this is just going to be over. It's over 100,000 points at this point. Both of Canada B's players hanging right below 99.5 accuracy. Actually, the exact same accuracy right now. Ah, Dow dropping a couple 100s, making that not true. But either way, Canada looking very, very consistent on this pick. Russia trying to put up good scores here, but it's really just not enough as Canada B is able to take that by 140,000 points. NeoAxel once again with a great accuracy score, 7 100s on that play. Dow with the FC as well, 982k is definitely nothing to sneeze at. Up 3-0 for Canada B, and that's got to be pretty crushing if you're Russia B. I do think Nomad 2 is probably your best chance, at least just looking at the qualifier results. And now Canada B has free reign of the board to bring it to match points. Russia B definitely still not out of the match, obviously. Canada B still has to win 2 more maps. Russia B still, could have the comeback in them. We don't know how these teams have performed on the rest of these maps, in their practices. See what Canada B wants to go with here, trying to lock down Russia B, make sure there's no chance of a comeback. Trying to get a clean 5-0 here. Russia B trying to see if they can get an angle into this match. They will still have another pick no matter what. And right about now is probably when you want to discuss what do we feel the best on, what do we think Canada B feels the worst on. Canada B is just trying to figure out, what do they feel the most consistent on. You don't want to give an inch to a team itching for a comeback. And it looks like Canada B is going with Nomad 4, so that is going to be the SV/gimmick map. It's pretty light on the SVs, but definitely still pretty tricky to read if you just aren't used to reading, SV streams. But it's also a Psyche song, so even if you can't read it, it's still a banger. You can just kind of sit back, get 0 points, and listen to it. Cut. 164 BPM, so this map does have some streams in it. I think they're like 17 notes or something, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't remember stream lengths exactly. But they're not super long, but they definitely are longer than just average bursts at this star rating. But 164 BPM means that they aren't too tricky to play, but they are cut up by the SVs, which means that they could definitely throw you off if that clashes with your reading style. Team Good Luck Have Fun come out from both teams. Flakier coming back in for Canada B, NeoAxel staying in. And once again, the duo of Zero Q and Arita staying in for Russia B. All 4 players into the map, the 4th map of this match. Canada B looking to bring it to match point. Russia B looking to see if they can prevent Canada B from consolidating a second breakpoint here, seeing if they can get an angle back for this map. But this is Canada B's pick. They obviously feel confident on it. We'll see what Russia B has in response. Right away, you can see little wavy SVs here, and the first of the funny SV streams, as you could say. Or I guess just little cut streams there, as well as some 1-6 right afterwards as well. And right away, as we head into the start of this map, Canada B already has an accuracy lead here, about a 20,000 point score lead, but it's wavering a bit. Arita still holding really high accuracy, preventing that lead from getting too large. Zero Q also with mid 98 ac is nothing really to sneeze at, though gonna drop quite a bit on that longer stream there. Flakier and NeoAxel still holding really high accuracies. No one in this lobby has dropped yet either. Yeah, and it looks like once again Canada, it's just the accuracies that are pushing them ahead of Russia B here. Though plenty of space in this map left to find misses. Only about halfway through it here, and there's some tricky patterns towards the end. Russia B, they're going to want to see some big chain of misses for Canada B here. It's definitely possible. This is one of the streamier maps in the pool. Comebacks are doable here, but it's gonna be hard to see that coming out of Canada B when they've looked so damn consistent throughout this match. And heading into the next SV section, Zero Q is actually going to be the first one to miss, dropping accuracy below 98. Flakier is going to trade that though, but Flakier not dropping a lot of accuracy along with it. Neo Axel still holding what I think is a 1x100 FC over there, is not going to allow Russia any inch back into this map. That last stream, Flakier going to drop a bit more, but Neo Axel holding the FC, Canada B holding the win. 52,000 points on that. 998k 1x100 FC for Neo Axel. Neo Axel has been putting up just fantastic scores all match, and that is just another one of them. What a performance from Neo Axel. Irida also the 12x100 FC, very nice score from them as well, but it's just not enough when Canada B has been getting such high accuracy all match. And it looks like the last pick for Russia B here, potential last pick, is Doraemon DT2. This is the speed map of the pool, 240 BPM, pretty long as well, and with the increased hit or the increased difficulty of hit window that we see with DT, this is definitely pretty tricky if you aren't good at speed. Now, Canada B did look pretty good at speed in qualifiers, but after all, we did see in that warm-up, Russia Federation B, 289 BPM map, looked pretty strong on it. We'll see if that holds true here for a 240 BPM map. Significantly easier, obviously, but definitely still enough patterns to trip you up. We're seeing Coconut Human coming in for the first time this match, so it's going to be Neo Axel and them for Canada B. Zero Q and Irida is still going to be this dynamic duo for Russia B that we've been seeing all match. It's a banger. It's a banger. This pool is full of bangers. What can I say? What can I say? Poolers pick some good songs. Finally, some good music. Oh, come on. There's been good music all match. We just came out of a Psyche song. We are getting into the 5th map of this match, potentially the last map of this match if Russia Federation B cannot win their pick here, and Canada B continues the dominant performance they've been showing us this match. Looks like Tourney Client's having some fun trying to sync all the players up here. Gonna give that a little restart. There we go. So obviously at this star rating, even though it's 240 BPM, it really isn't that dense. So there's a lot of, well, I mean, you could either call it single tapping or one halves, depending on the way you play it, as well as these DDDD finisher K patterns that can really trip you up. They're very easy just to get random misses on, and can result in some RNG flipping some score here. But as we head into this first chorus, Canada B once again coming out with the lead. Definitely not as strong accuracy as they've been showing, but both their players still being above 99 AC, whereas Russia still has 2 players far below it. Definitely going to give them, well, a 20,000 point lead here coming out of that first chorus, but only a third of the way through the map. This is a pretty long DT map, all things considered, so plenty of space for things to happen here for Russia. Into these DDDKs, and Zero Q's actually going to be find a break on them. Russia down 1 FC, and the lead's going to jump out to about 40,000 points here for Canada B. And it's going to hold there. Looks like Russia's players have stabilized their accuracy a bit more. Irida now in the mid-98s. Zero Q just behind them. But when both Coconut Human and Neo Axel are closer to mid-99, you know, you need a bit more. You want to see some of these misses coming out for Canada B. And there definitely are patterns that you can randomly miss on in this map. Though all 4 players are going to hit that one once again. The 7 note coming out there, but no one's really phased by it. 60,000 point lead here for Canada B heading into the last chorus of this song. Russia B needs something to happen, and they need something to happen quick if they want to get a point in this match. But it's not really up to them at this point, is it? They have to hold. They have to hope Canada B breaks, and Canada B's not giving anything over. Both players holding very strong. 2 FCs still remaining 2 high accuracy FC still remaining. As we head to the last parts of this song. And it looks like Canada B really has done it. Into the last seconds of the song, nothing left to miss on. They are going to win it by 85,000 points, and they are going to win the match 5-0. 8x100 FC for Neo Axel, that's insane. 15x100 FC for Coconut Human, that's also pretty damn good. Irita with the 30x100 FC, still a pretty nice score from them. 0Q, 39-100's 1 miss, not a bad score at all, but Canada B just showing higher consistency, higher accuracies throughout the match. And what higher accuracies get you in a early round like this is a 5-0 victory. We're going to see them moving on. Russia B heading down to the losers bracket. Canada B will move on to face, I believe that's Chile's A team, who won 5-3 against Italy earlier. So they will be facing each other next round. And what a match, what a match. Even though Russia B did get swept, I think there were still some really good performances from them, and I do want to see what they can do in the losers bracket. You know, I think that they could definitely be a threat against another lower seeded team. But that is it for us today, so you know, I hope wherever you are, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and we will see you later in the 4-Digit Taiko World Cup.